So Cracker Barrel CEO has just been exposed for a shocking twist. As a matter of fact, this is where she reportedly intentionally ignored the warning from an investor, and now the backlash is actually bigger than anyone from the company expected. You see, first of all, I do want to apologize. I know I said in an earlier video that the next type will be on Marvel and Disney and stuff, but this is now breaking and everything, where the Cracker Barrel made a choice that backfired in every possible way, and it's been released today. And customers who have been loyal for decades feel betrayed, and Cracker Barrel is simply scrambling to undo the damage. So investors warned them from the start, and this is coming from thatparkplace.com, where the article is titled "Cracker Barrel CEO Reportedly Ignored Warnings, Pushed Logo Redesign That Led to Multi-Million-Dollar Collapse." Shout out to Marvin Montanero for breaking the story itself. So Cracker Barrel pushed ahead away anyway and walked straight into a financial mess. Now, Cracker Barrel is now stuck trying to repair trust it never should have broken in the first place. So this Cracker Barrel CEO, as you all know, has been exposed for this shocking twist as she ignored the warnings from an investor, and the fallout is not stopping anytime soon. You see, the warnings were loud and clear. Sundar Pichai, one of the company's biggest investors, told them point blank that this plan was a bad move. He spent months presenting evidence, forecasts, and detailed critiques that laid everything out in black and white. Now, the Cracker Barrel CEO reportedly ignored those warnings, pushed the logo redesign that led to multi-million-dollar collapse anyway. Now, Pichai explained that, focusing on cosmetic changes instead of, solving declining traffic was a financial malpractice. But guess what? The leadership thought that they were smarter than anyone else, apparently. Now, Pichai went as far as, creating a 120-page slide deck titled "Cracker Barrel is in Crisis," and followed it with a 7-page shareholder letter simply breaking down why the rebrand was misguided. He showed how the company's problems came from fading customer loyalty and fewer people visiting locations, not from outdated branding. His blunt takeaway: the problem isn't the seating, it's getting more people to sit in it. Still, the Cracker Barrel CEO reportedly ignored those warnings, pushed the logo redesign that led to that multi-million-dollar collapse without any hesitation. Okay, so by the November 2024 shareholder meeting, Massino, the CEO, and her board locked arms and doubled down. Pichai's critiques were brushed aside, and leadership ran headfirst into the biggest PR nightmare of the year. Okay, so when August 2025 came and the new logo rolled out, the backlash hit immediately, and the simplified barrel, stripped down text, and the removal of the old country store gutted the brand's identity. Now, customers saw it for what it was: a soulless corporate facelift nobody asked for. Now, the Cracker Barrel CEO reportedly ignored the warnings, and she went on ahead and pushed the logo redesign and stuff that led to the backlash and everything, and the customers actually revolted. Okay, now, the reaction was instant and brutal. Social media simply exploded with outrage. Families who had visited for generations felt like their traditions were being erased. Now, the boycott hashtags trended nationwide, and within days, Cracker Barrel lost over $100 million in market value, and stock prices took a nosedive. And then the president, Donald Trump, weighed in, calling the whole backlash simply the ultimate poll and urging Cracker Barrel to go ahead and return to its old design. Now, that one statement turned this into a cultural battle, not just a branding issue. The Cracker Barrel CEO, this is crazy though. She she ignored these warnings and stuff. And by August 2025, the Cracker Barrel company just waved the white flag. Okay. In an official statement, they admitted the failure and announced that they would restore the old logo, bringing back Uncle Herschel, and embrace the old country store heritage once again. But that reversal came too late. You see, the damage was already done, the trust was gone, and the humiliation was complete. Okay, so yeah, the fact that she did these things, ignored this investor and stuff, and she's definitely the reason why this company fell, and there's no PR spin that can erase that reality. Now, at the heart of all of this isn't just a bad logo, it's failed leadership thanks to the CEO. When your biggest investor warns you repeatedly, lays out detailed evidence and stuff, and predicts a collapse, ignoring them is just corporate negligence. You see, Messino gambled with Cracker Barrel entire identity, alienated its core customers, and simply dragged the company into chaos. The Cracker Barrel CEO, she did these things without even taking heed of the warnings, and right now every single shareholder is paying the price. Now, the irony here is that Biglari was right from the start. He warned that the rebrand wouldn't solve declining sales, that customers wanted the classic Cracker Barrel experience, and that changing the logo would push loyal guests away. But instead of just simply fixing failing traffic, the leadership doubled down on consultants selling modernization gimmicks, and the result was predictable: a customer revolt and a stock market collapse. All right. Now, honestly, this is crazy here because, she continued to push the logo redesign, and that led to the company failing and the stock price dropping and stuff because she thought that the tradition didn't matter. Okay. So this fiasco also proves that nostalgia isn't a weakness. It's value. Okay. Now, people chose Cracker Barrel because it looks sleek, and they didn't choose it for that. They chose it because it feels familiar, comforting, and grounded in tradition. Stripping away those roots was a slap in the face to the very customers that's keeping the doors open. Now, brands like Cracker Barrel live for or die on emotional connections, and when you sever that bond, you destroy the trust. Okay. So yeah, simply put, the fact that it exposed that she ignored these warnings and stuff, and it simply shows that she forgot who built the business in the first place, and let alone didn't even care. All right. Now, the other failure was ignoring the investor expertise. Now, when someone like Biglari, who is a major investor, invests hundreds of millions and gives you months of warnings backed by data, you listen. Instead, the board decided that consultants actually knew better than customers and investors combined. Now, that particular arrogance, no, hubris, directly led to this disaster. Now, this CEO needs to be gone because she ignored the warnings and pushed that logo redesign anyway and stuff. And now the shareholders are simply wondering how this leadership team and this CEO still have jobs. Now, there's also, the cultural side. Once the president stepped in, this became bigger than branding. It became a statement, about identity, tradition, and who gets to control America's symbols. Now, customers saw Cracker Barrel folding to corporate trends instead of just simply protecting heritage and making corrections. That turned frustration into fury. Now, when the brand positions itself as traditional but abandons its identity, the backlash will always be louder. The Cracker Barrel CEO and stuff, since she decided to go ahead and ignore the warnings and decided to push the logo redesign out there, and she should be gone. And this is a lesson every corporation should study. Okay, so going forward, All right, Cracker Barrel is in damage control mode. Now, restoring the old logo and stuff might stop some bleeding, but the trust issue remains. Once you betray your customers, winning them back is not easy. You see, the Cracker Barrel CEO, I mean, she decided to go ahead and put this out there and everything. So I think she's trying to save her job and save her legacy. And rebuilding loyalty will take more than a new statement and logo change. It'll take leadership that actually listens for once, and that's a leadership that should replace her. Now, this episode should be a warning shot to every boardroom in corporate America. Modernization is not progress. If your customers want tradition, give them tradition. If your investors warn you of a multi-million-dollar collapse, you better listen before it happens. I mean, she was given this warning last year. Okay, and here is August 2025. And this led to a multi-million-dollar collapse because the board value optics over outcomes for Cracker Barrel. And now they're paying for it. Okay, all thanks to this one CEO. Now, the company's path forward has to focus on the basics, rebuild trust, reconnect with customers, and simply stop outsourcing identity to consultants. That means sticking with the heritage people actually value and addressing the real changes. Now, the declining traffic and fading loyalty before spending another dime on pointless cosmetic projects. All right, and simply put, this is all crazy because she pushed the logo out there, the redesigned logo and stuff that led to the company's collapse. And then she destroys it once. She can't afford to make that same decision again. Now, Cracker Barrel's brand strength has always come from, familiarity, comfort, and a sense of home. Now, they traded that away, chasing a look that they thought would impress people, and they try to justify it too, who never eat there. Now, it backfired instantly. Now, this CEO and everything, she's facing the backlash and stuff, and that's a consequence to her choice to ignore the investors' warning that led to the collapse. And now she has to face the reality that consultants can't buy trust. All right, so bottom line is this. It's simple. The leadership failed. The customers revolted and the investors were right. You see, this wasn't just a misstep. It was a full-scale rejection of the people who actually built the company's success. Now, the Cracker Barrel CEO reportedly ignored these warnings and stuff. She went on ahead, pushed the logo redesign, and the company had a multi-million-dollar collapse, and this fallout will actually follow them for years to come. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. How do you feel about this? Voice your concerns and your anger in the comments below. I want to hear from you all. Be sure to smash the like button if you enjoyed what was shared in the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for future uploads notifications. And I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.